Alright, hold on. Before this video starts, I got a lot of news to talk about. So first things first, we're getting really close to 500 subscribers on the channel, and so once we get there, I'll most likely be doing a giveaway of something. So if you want that to happen, go ahead and click that red button and the little bell icon next to it. Also, don't forget to leave a like and comment on my videos, and be sure to share them to everyone else you know too. In other news, I've also recently created an official Instagram account for my YouTube channel, so you may follow me at KingXFOfficial. Feel free to reach out to me there because my DMs are always open. Next order of business is a shout out to streamer Rgb for making me my new channel logo and channel art, so go check out his Twitch and be sure to follow and or subscribe to him. I'll have a link to his channel down below. Lastly, join my Discord server for updates on the channel, as well as Discord exclusive giveaways in the future. Moving on now. What's up guys, it's KingXF and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be checking out the Gamdias Hermes P1B 3-in-1 gaming combo, which includes a mechanical keyboard, mouse, and mouse mat. Anyway, I want to give a big thank you to Gamdias for actually reaching out to me and sending this to me for video purposes. And so with that out of the way, let's just get this review started. To start things off, we got their gaming mouse mat. Unlike the first bundle I checked out, this one doesn't have a specific name for it. Anyway, it's got dual layer fabrics and measures in at 240mm long by 180mm wide and 3mm thick. It also has a non-slip rubber base, which works quite well, and it feels very smooth when I'm moving my mouse around on it. The design of this mouse mat has very lightly printed Gamdias logos on a black background, and in the bottom right corner there's another one of their logos, but much more visible with the word Gamdias next to it, with small words printed in red saying Gaming Art Emotion underneath it. Moving over to the mouse, which also has no specific name and just called Optical Gaming Mouse, there are 6 total buttons, however they're not programmable. It's got an ambidextrous shape, though not entirely, since there's only one set of side buttons on the left side and there aren't any on the right. It is designed for claw or fingertip grips, but smaller hands might be able to palm it. It measures in at 125mm long by 67mm wide, and 40mm tall at its peak. It also has a weight of 110 grams. There is a rubberized 1.3 meter long cable, but it's quite thin and I much prefer a braided one. The scroll wheel is decently tactile and relatively quiet as well. The side buttons are pretty thin and are flat, making them super easy to press, but the thing about my unit is that they don't work. This may not be the case for all units manufactured, but it is on mine. They also yield a little bit when you press them super hard, and they feel a bit mushy in a sense as well. On the underside of the mouse there are 3 feet, 2 small ones and a big one. They are made out of Teflon tape, which isn't going to be as smooth as something like PTFE, though it is however still quite smooth when in use, and there shouldn't be any difference to the average gamer. Another Gamdias logo is present along with an LED strip that runs around the mouse. There is however only one effect, which I don't really know how to describe. The Optical Sensor has only 4 DPI stages, 1200, 1600, 2000, and 3200. I would have liked to see some more DPI stages that can go below 1200 because that is a bit too high for me. It makes things such as web browsing, for example, somewhat difficult to navigate. The DPI button also protrudes out a lot with the tip, presumably making it easier to press. This mouse also has a 125Hz polling rate, which means it'll send a signal to your computer 125 times per second, which means an 8 millisecond delay. Lastly, we have the keyboard, the Hermes P1B Rgb. The top plate is made out of what seems to be aluminum, and there's a braided cable on the right side of the back of the keyboard measuring 1.5 meters long. Around the top plate of the keyboard is a reflective material which makes it look pretty stylish. The words Hermes P1B along with some sort of symbol are printed right above the arrow keys, and no other branding is present. The switches also have an exposed design, making it so that cleaning it and replacement of keycaps are easier. On the underside, you have 2 rubberized flip-out feet and 4 rubber pads that keep the keyboard from sliding around. The indicators are right above the numpad, including a num lock, caps lock, and gaming mode rather than the scroll lock, and when activated, a white LED will light up. If you activate gaming mode, it disables the Windows key. The P1B also has media keys, though you have to use the function key in order to activate them. Speaking of the function key, it actually swaps places with the Windows key. It's on the left side of the spacebar, and the Windows key is on the right side. The board also features full anti-ghosting and N-key rollover. 4 brightness levels are present on the keyboard, and you can adjust them by pressing function in num8 or num2. By pressing function in F4, you may also change from the Windows layout to the Mac OS layout, which can be convenient to Mac users out there. There are 12 Rgb lighting effects at 16.8 million colors in total, which are actually quite nice looking with smooth transitioning, and you can change effects by holding function and either insert, delete, home, or end. Speed of the effects can be changed with function in either page up or page down. I'll now show you all 12 of the lighting effects there are on this keyboard. The keycaps are made out of what seems to be ABS plastic. They are double shot, however, and have this big and bold gamery looking font. I personally don't mind it too much, but that may not be the case for other fellow gamers out there. The secondary characters are illuminated, but the media keys aren't, but that's mostly to save space on the keycaps. Speaking of keycaps, it has a center bottom row layout, meaning that you can use other keycap sets whenever you wish. Another thing worth mentioning about the keycaps is that the bottom row keycaps are all convex like the spacebar is, unlike the other keycaps which are concave. The stabilizers are cherry style and they have a bit of mushy feeling to them and are quite rattly as well. Now the switches this keyboard has are the Altimu Blue switches, which lists as quote-unquote Gamdias certified mechanical switches on the back of the box and on the product page. They have a 2.2mm actuation point, a 50-gram actuation force, a 4mm total switch travel, and a total switch lifespan of 50 million key presses. These switches are tactile and clicky and are pretty loud, so I'll do a sound test of these Altimu Blue switches so y'all can hear what they sound like. There is said to be software for this bundle, but upon checking Gamdias Hermes software, I couldn't see any of the products. As of now, this product is still unavailable to the public, but that'll be subject to change in the future. So for those of you watching in the future, this information might be outdated. Now for my pros and cons as well as final verdict. For pros, the mousepad has a stylish design in my opinion. It also has good stability on your desk and feels smooth when using, which I also like. The mouse has a pretty good shape, and the scroll wheel is also decently tactile and quiet. As for the keyboard, I really love the fact that it has 16.8 million RGB and 12 different lighting effects, which look great. Adjusting the speed as well as brightness are fairly simple too, which is another plus. I also really like the usage of the aluminum top plate and the reflective material that runs around the edge of the keyboard, which gives it a nice and classy look. The inclusion of a braided cable, some form of media keys, and a standard bottom row layout are also greatly appreciated. As for cons, the mousepad is a bit too small in my opinion. There really isn't much space to move your mouse around without it hitting your desk. The mouse could also be improved if it had a wider Dpi range. Like I've said earlier, 1200 is just too high for me and it was a bit difficult for me to get used to. The lift-off distance is also pretty high. I can still move the cursor around, even if the mouse itself isn't even touching my desk. If the mouse had a braided cable as well, it'd be much better since it'll have a lesser chance of cable issues and overall better cable management for setup due to it being more flexible. And this may not apply for all units, but if the side buttons were actually functional, it'd be much better since mine didn't work out of the box. Lastly, for the keyboard, I would have liked to see more switch options than just blue. When you're using this at night or in an office environment where it's super quiet, it can be very loud and annoying to other people. The stabilizers and keycaps could definitely be better, though they're still decent enough and I don't have that many gripes for it. I will say this though, ABS keycaps tend to shine easily over time, but since it has a standard bottom row layout, you can easily replace them. I also wish that the keyboard had actual dedicated multimedia keys, for it'll be much easier to access since I'll only need to use one hand instead of two. So to wrap it up in a nutshell, would I recommend the Gamdias Hermes P1B 3-in-1 gaming combo? The answer is a yes, even though the mouse and mouse mount aren't the best, but they still get the job done. And the keyboard in my opinion is quite well made, so that really makes up for the other two. When this product is finally released, I'll have an affiliate link for it down in the description so y'all can check it out if you're interested in buying it. Anyway, that'll wrap it up for my review of the Gamdias Hermes P1B 3-in-1 gaming combo. Big props to Gamdias for sending this to me for reviewing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up to show your support, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my future videos. Remember to share this video to everyone you know because at 500 subscribers, I might be doing a giveaway. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at KingXFOfficial, join my Discord server, and follow Rgb on Twitch. I'm KingXF, stay safe out there, and I'll see y'all next time.